thought we'd read you a story. I knew you could hear the story even if you can't see the pictures. And everyone else can join us. And this is a book you can order. It's called Bubi and the Little Elephant, and it's by friends of ours. The story is written by Marco Segoda, and it's illustrated by Anna Segoda. And it's a story of hope, love, and friendship.
Are you so excited, Annie? It's gonna be good.
It's the first story ever. There's an elephant getting hugged by a bear with a Santa hat on.
Make sure you talk loud enough so they can hear you.
Deep in the wilderness of Africa, right on the edge of a big forest, in his little house lives a teddy bear. So it's right there.
She can't see.
Pretend.
You should probably describe.
So it's a map of Africa there, Annie.
You should probably describe to her what's on it, the animals and stuff.
I'm working on it.
Okay. Sorry, I don't mean to critique your reading. Sorry, go ahead.
He is no ordinary teddy bear. He is a small teddy bear, very small actually, and he can read, write, and talk. But that's not what makes him special. What makes him special is his big heart, kind of like your sister Jenna, right? Her big heart, or is that horn? And so there's a picture of little Bubi reading a story on his chair.
Aww.
He loves animals and nature, and he's always surrounded by them. No matter how big or small, animals often come to him asking for help, and he helps them with all his heart. So he's holding a little container of water and a bird sitting on it, and he's watering his flowers, and there's a warthog in the background and a deer.
Oh, it's exciting, Annie.
Sometimes they're lost or sad or frightened, sometimes hungry or thirsty, but whatever their need, he's always there for them. His name is Bubi the Bear. So many incredible stories he's told me, and this is one of them. And there's a picture of giraffe and a deer with babies, and it looks like a house made out of almost a mushroom. It was a hot summer day, and like every day, Bubi was outside taking care of animals and the water hole he made for them. There's a big hole, and a giraffe is drinking, and a warthog smiling, and you're burping right in the story. Suddenly, behind a bush, he spotted a tiny baby elephant looking frightened, hungry, and thirsty. Baby elephants are never left alone by their mothers, so Bubi knew that something was not right. There's an elephant hiding behind a tree, and Bubi spots him, and the elephant looks really sad. He came closer to him, gave him water and some tasty leaves, and decided to help the baby find his mom. So Bubi's giving him some water in a little bucket, and the elephant's drinking. They looked everywhere, and then, just before sunset, they found a big elephant lying in the grass without its tusks. It looked as if she was sleeping, but it was gone. So there's a really sad picture of an elephant that's been hunted, it looks like. And the birds are flying away. At that moment, Bubi noticed a tear in the baby elephant's eye. And he knew that the big elephant was his mom. He was so sad and couldn't understand why anyone can do such a terrible thing. The baby elephant was tiny, and he couldn't leave him alone in the bush overnight because it would be very dangerous. So he invited him to his house. Baby elephant hesitated for a moment, but understood that Bubi wanted to help him and followed her. So they're going to go to Bubi's house.
What do you think so far, Annie?
What do you think of the story?
Pretty, a little suspenseful. I know, poor elephant.
At home, Bubi made him a bed, and tired baby fell asleep right away with Bubi watching over him. That night, Bubi found out that elephants snore, and he found that to be so cute.
I think we've got a black and white elephant coming to join the party.
And so you can see a picture of Bubi getting watched over. The elephant being watched over by Bubi. Hi, Jenna. So the next day, they went out to look for the other elephants from the baby's family, but they couldn't find any. They tried day after day with no success. But as the days went by, they became best friends. So you can see them playing with the ball together. you guys both want to hear it? You want to see the picture?
Yeah.
You see?
Everyone wants to see.
Yeah. That's a good story. Baby elephants need their mother's milk to grow big and strong. Bubi, of course, didn't have it, so he could use coconut oil, water, and some secret ingredients to create a healthy drink to replace it. Baby elephants also need sun protection, so every day they went to a little mud hole where his friend can wallow and spray himself with mud. Mud for elephants is the best protection from the sun and the mosquitoes.
Like pigs.
Sometimes after the mud bath, Bubi's house looked quite messy, but they cleaned it together. Hey, Jenna. Since they didn't speak the same language, they would look into each other's eyes and they would understand one another instantly. Such is the power of true friendship. Hi, kiddo. Watch the horns, kid. It's nothing like a little bit of Jenna action during the
Keep things
story.
interesting. Maisie would like you to continue. She wants to know what happens.
One night in a dream, the name Maru came to Bubi's mind, and it was the name of an elephant he knew long ago. Hi, Jenna.
Yeah, Jenna, you can be an elephant.
Hi. Here, we'll get your ear. In the morning, he named his little elephant friend Maru. By his smile and the glow in his eyes, it was obvious that he liked it. You like getting your ear rubbed, Jenna? Just don't stab me with the horns while I'm reading. And so Bubi and Maru, now together, continued to take care of other wild creatures, big and small. They fed them, protected them, and made sure the water hole was always full. Weeks and months went by, and our Maru, who used to be smaller than Bubi, was now doubled in size, and the bed that Bubi made for him was now way too small, so Maru had to sleep on the floor. As time passed, Maru got so big that he wasn't able to get into their tiny house anymore, so he slept on the porch. That first night when Maru slept on the porch, Bubi couldn't sleep. He was so sad that Maru had to sleep outside, and at that moment he realized that there would come a time when Maru will grow up and leave to search for his elephant family and a life in the wild. Bubi's getting sad.
Aww.
Many years passed by and they grew ever closer together. There was a lot of play, laughter, learning, adventures, and everything that makes up an incredible friendship. Maru got bigger and stronger, much bigger than Bubi. However, elephants are kind and gentle, and Maru would often pick up Bubi with his trunk. Nope, Gemma.
We're gonna have to take a break. I'm being chased by.
Harassing Mama for ear rubs. Here, we can read the story over here.
Make sure Annie can still hear you.
Maru would often pick up Bubi with his trunk and help him see above the bush to reach a fruit on the tree. Hi, kid. One morning, Bubi woke up in his little bed. As always, the first thing he did was to go out on the porch and say hi to his friend, but Maru was not there. Bubi looked everywhere, in the woods, by the river, at the water hole, but he was nowhere to be found. Got a train coming in. Exhausted by the long search, he came back, sat on the porch, and began to cry. Sadness overwhelmed our little teddy bear. Is it possible that Maru left without saying goodbye? Has something happened to him? 100 questions went through dear Bubi's head. Of all the sadness and tears he didn't even notice, six big elephants slowly walking into his yard. Only when the first elephant gently touched him with his his trunk. Bubi raised his head, and through the tears he saw Maru. Eyes shone with happiness, and he knew that the day had come. Maru had found his new family, and it was time for him to go back to the wilderness where he belonged. At the same time, Bubi was happy and sad. Happy because Maru had found an elephant family that will teach him everything that only elephants can teach him. Sad because he no longer would be there to share his life with them. Bubi stood up and hugged Maru's trunk and started crying again, but this time out of pure happiness. That little baby elephant that he rescued long ago is now a big young elephant that needs wilderness. A true friend knows and respects that. All of a sudden, all the other elephants surrounded our Bubi with their trunks. Oh, is Jenna pushing you? And gently touched his little head as if saying thank you for all he's done for Maru. Then they turned around and slowly started walking away. Just before they disappeared into the bush, Maru turned to Bubi and trumpeted happily with all his might. Bubi knew that it meant see you, and so it was. Still to this day, every year Maru comes by that little house on the edge of the forest to visit our Bubi the Bear. He will always cherish his little friend for the kindness, compassion, and the love he has shown him, and Bubi will always be there for him. Such is the power of true friendship. We hope you all enjoyed the story of Bubi and Maru. How about getting creative yourself? And so you can follow them on Instagram at Bubi the Bear, and they're also on Facebook and at Bubi the Bear. And so you can get a copy of Bubi the Bear and read it to your cows, or pigs, or sheep, or dogs, or cats.
Or humans, you know?
Or humans. Yeah, that's,
any of those,
that's
yeah.
true. That's probably the
Yeah.
intended audience.
But, you know, I feel like they enjoyed. I kind of feel like they were acting it out, almost like they
Yeah.
wanted to be elephants, and they kind of started walking away at the end when Bubi went with his family. So I think they were into it. Annie, are you sad?
Is that your
They're always going to be
trunk?
friends, Annie. Don't worry.
Is that your big trunk?